Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at the new Terminator stats, let's say. There's some interesting changes to the wounds and some of the weapon changes in there. And on that, I actually just want to talk about the future of changes as a whole, because I think this is the start now, and we're going to see a lot more changes, not only to Space Marines, but hopefully to actual other factions as well. So let's jump in and let's get talking. So this is the image in the background now, which has been sent by so many people. So thank you for everyone who's been sending me this on Facebook, Twitter, Discord. You're all legends, absolute all legends. Now, what's been happening, for those of you who've been not really up to date with things, is that GW are rebranding everything. You're going to be seeing all the new 40k logo on there, all the new package designs and stuff like that. You've probably seen some of the Necron ones and some of the Space Marine ones and stuff. And inside the box, of course, since they're rebranding the actual rules in there as well. And some of the rules for some of the models have actually been changing. The one that we're going to be talking about today is the Terminator one, because Terminators have gone from 2 wounds now to 3 wounds, which for me is a massive upgrade. Now, if we look at some of the weapon stats as well, which I think this is really exciting for Terminators. You don't really see that many Terminators on the battlefield that more, and hopefully these changes will make them viable once more again. So if we look at the Chain Fist and we look at the Power Fist. Now, the Power Fist used to be D3 damage. Now, that has gone down to a flat 2 damage. You can see that as a nerf in some type of way, but what they've done instead now, they've changed the Chain Fist to the D3 damage. So they basically swapped that profile around now. Well, I say swapped it around, it's still -4 on the Chain Fist and stuff like that, so it's probably viable if you probably want to be taking more Chain Fists rather than an actual Power Fist. Again, it's down to you and what kind of tactics you want to be doing with it. Another thing is Flamers. Flamers are 12 inches now. I expected this was to happen because on the Invicta Tactical Warsuit, when that came out with that flamer weapon and stuff, and it was 12 inches, and I was like, why is it 12 inches? I just thought that was going to be the new standard. And I don't mean that for Space Marines as well. I actually mean that for all flame weapons. I think everything will go to a minimum of 12 inches with flame stuff. And lastly, if we look at the power swords now, so power swords adds +1 strength. So a power sword used to be the user's strength, so that was strength 4, but now power swords are actually strength 5 now, which again, I think that's a great bump. Yes, you can look at this, as I just mentioned before, like the Power Fist has gone down from flat 2 damage instead of D3, but all in all, I think the Terminator squad as a whole has become very, very a buffed unit. If you look at the Terminators and compare them to some of the Primaris counterparts, they weren't really used that well, because people are like, I'll just rather invest these into Primaris Marines, you know. But now I think adding that extra wound on there for 3 wounds, and don't forget they do still have the save of 2+ up. Of course they don't have like the old stuff where it used to be 2 d6 damage. Sorry, 2 d6 saves and stuff like that. Those were the days. Yeah, but the save is still there, and I like it. I like what they've done. Hopefully they'll do more of this stuff to the Firstborn Marines to make them more viable, because there is I won't say complaints, but a lot of people are saying that most of the love of the stats and stuff has been going to the Primaris Marines, and the Firstborns have kind of been like left out in the rain. So hopefully they'll bump these guys up to make them, you know, worthy of taking in your list for people who like to play with Firstborn Marines. Now let's move on from Space Marines and let's talk about some of the other races and everything like that. So firstly, I really hope this change applies to more armies, and what I mean by that is that we've talked about the balance before, where the Space Marines are and stuff. You can argue that Custodes are probably a top tier list. I know some people have messaged me with that, and look how good Custodes are and doing. Props to them, because Custodes weren't that very good. So it's nice to see that the Golden Boys getting some love. But when it comes to the Chaos stuff, there's been a few rumours flying around, and let me just say these are rumours, and that's why I'm not, you know, doing dedicated videos or anything like that. But with the changes that's happened to the Terminators, it does give me a little bit more faith in them, because I heard like the Rubik Marines were supposed to go up to 2 wounds. I would love that, you know, to apply to stuff like Plague Marines and stuff like that. Plague Marines, I know playing against Nurgle is probably not one of the funniest things I've ever done in my life, because like my friend who played him was like, now I get to save this and save that. I'm like, god damn, how many saves you get? But it'd be nice for them to receive that extra 2 wound buff, so it brings them up level with the Primaris Marines, because when you think about like Plague Marines and stuff like that, they are like the tanky ones. It's Nurgle. When you think of Nurgle and you see Nurgle, like they get like their like chest blown out and they're still walking forward and stuff. So on a tabletop, I think it would make it kind of viable for that to happen. So hopefully those rumours are true, and the rest of the races are brought up, and it makes it more balanced, and it gives them more of a chance actually on the battlefield. And again, hopefully that applies to some of the Xenos races. I'm not really too into the like knowledgeable about some of the Xenos stats, so I don't really want to go down and say, right, they deserve 2 wounds and they deserve 2 rooms, etc, etc. But if any of you guys know, like, you know, maybe what unit should be buffed, or, you know, gave a little bit of a nice little change to make them more viable on the battlefield, then post it below and we can have a nice little talk about it down there. For me, that's it for today's video. I just want to talk about that, bring that to people's attention. I know a lot of people have been asking me to do a video on this. Also, people have been asking me to do a video on starting a Space Marine army. So I think I may do that this week as well, but it's not going to be like a full in-depth one, because it's going to be kind of like a test one. Well, what should I say, a beta one, like what you should be taking now, through my opinion. And you know, when the new codex comes out, I'm sure that's going to change like the whole so-called meta and approach when we build Space Marines and stuff like that, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of changes with them. Anyway, enough rambling for me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day. See you now, and bye-bye.